Can I please ask, what the f is this video?
Do you know what? Someone is going to tell you, and they are really good looking. They're going to tell you in 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Ben's bored of boring cheese board, so jump on board our border collie and cross the border as we get these 3 pieces of cheesy mixes done! Woo!
Mice, not Mises.
Oh, it doesn't rhyme, Ben. Shut up.
First up, we need to make 1 cheese mix, a generic one that we can divide and flavour later on. So, cream cheese, 1 leaf of gelatin, and a couple of tablespoons of milk. Dump the cream cheese into a mixing bowl, warm up a couple of tablespoons of milk, and soak the gelatin leaf in cold water. Take the soaked gelatin and add it into your hot milk. Whisk it to dissolve. And as soon as it's dissolved, pour it into our cream cheese, which Jay, you're going to mix up.
It's down here, Mike, if you want to get that on camera. There it is.
And that's essentially our mother sauce, or mother mouse, and we'll divide it into little babies.
What, like Jerry, Minnie,
Mickey,
Stuart Little?
Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse! There's a good one.
Oh. What was his psychic called?
Penfold.
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 I can't remember all the other cartoon fictional mice, but you can comment down below and tell us what they are. Why are you so
Penfold.
Oh! Once the mixture is nice and smooth, divide it into 3 bowls, roughly equal.
Ben, why are we dividing it into 3 bowls?
Because we're going to make 3 different flavours, like 3 blind mice. We've got rosemary, roasted garlic and parmesan in one, blue cheese and ham in a second, and goat's cheese, poppy seed and honey in the third. So a few strips of rosemary. Jay, if you could chop that up as small as possible.
Yep.
And then what I've done is roasted some cloves of garlic, so they are super squidgy sweet, while I grate in lots of parmesan into one of our bowls. And that's the first one, kind of Italian inspired. Parmesan, rosemary, roasted garlic, yum. Mouse number 2 is goat's cheese, nice and soft. Squeeze of honey for a little bit of sweetness, and poppy seeds. And scoop that into mother sauce number 2. And mouse number 3, blue cheese. If you can just mash that up on the board with a fork, and I'm just going to finely dice this.
That's not cheese.
Mix all that in.
Obviously, if you don't like blue cheese, then listen to Ben's question earlier. I mean, we're not like the cheese meisters, are we? Pick your own cheese and your own flavours to go with it. So stop looking at me for approval and just make what you want to make, Mum. I don't know, sorry, I repressed something that's just come back up. Ben! How many times do I have to tell you I have neither the money nor the inclination to go out and buy a mould that I am going to use once to make something that you made in fridge can once upon a time?
Well, if you do want to make a cheese board really cool for after dinner, or if you've got young children and you want them to have something in a packed lunch that they'll enjoy and the caricature of mice, then go and get one. We'll put the link on the website. If you haven't got one, just let this set up in the fridge or 45 minutes in the freezer like we're going to do, and then mould them by hand. Big blob, small blob, mould them together, it'll look roughly like a mouse.
We the people semi-approve of your answer, but when you said child, did you really mean Tyrone?
No. At this point, we're going to put them into a freezer for about 45 minutes, enough time for the gelatin to set.
Yes.
And we can then turn them out onto our cheese board, at which point we can decorate them with eyes and ears and mouth and nose.
And then we can go a little bit further and do it with...
Now they're frozen, we can pop them out carefully, transfer them to our cheese.
Well, if you look at it, it's...
In theory, that's it, job done, but we can make them look like a lot better mice by giving them little hammy ears, little chivy tails, and little coriander eyes.
I have to say, Ben, they look pretty darn good.
They're funny, aren't they?
Well, no, but they also look like old English gentlemen. Oh, hello! You're Francis and you're here. Yes, no, I've come for the celery. What about you?
Good.
Oh, that is good. That's really good. And you can put them in Tyrone's lunchbox. He could take them to school. You know, he could show off to all his friends. Look what Daddy made me.
2 blind mice.
And again, I would like to reiterate the question that Ben and I posed of what cheeses and flavours would you use?
That That's a good question.
I mean, Barry,
That-
what would your answer to that question be?
I'd go for brie.
You'd
I'm
go
a
for
brie
brie?
man, and I'd go for a nice simple cracker.
Loads of you have already voted for us in the Shorty Awards
Oh, yes.
in the food category. And
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't thank you enough, so
No.
Barry's going to do it as well.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
From the very bottom of our heart.
There is one problem.
We're not winning. Just putting it out there.
If you haven't done it already, and you have a Twitter account, and you think maybe at some point in the last year we might have done something around food that was useful, entertaining,
Because, you know,
good, or smelt great,
Then just click on the link in the description box below. It will take you to the Shorty Awards where you can vote for anybody you want, but preferably us.
yeah, we could probably find a link where you can just vote for us, actually.
Now, that would be smart. Let's do recipes, shall we? Because that's kind of what we do here at
Yeah,
Sorted.
it is sometimes what we do.
So, well, okay, we'll start with eye candy. Obviously, the best
dear.
series of all time. This was what I've always called the Knickerblocker, but I just realised it's called the Knickerbocker.
It's definitely a knickerbocker glory,
Knickerbocker glory.
not a knickerblocker.
A Knickerblocker would be very different.
You know what it could be, Barry?
What?
It could be an ice cream sundae
Yeah?
for Super Bowl Sunday. You know how you put roly-poly in your mouth, you just go, oh my goodness, that is
Uh-huh.
incredible.
Yeah.
We did that,
Yeah.
but instead of using jam,
Yeah.
we used fig jam. Like fig jam roly-poly. Talking of another recipe you should try,
Is this another seamless lick?
it
Hit me.
certainly is tiramisu cheesecake. And do you know what? It wasn't designed by us. It was designed by the good people of the world that have joined in this conversation that we have every week.
You did good. You did very good.
You did incredibly good.
Now it's time to take you around the world
Oh yes.
to Japan.
Oh yes, I like this one. This is sushi and sashimi that we did for our World Food Series. And for some reason, my voice breaks when I say that. Sushi and sashimi. This is comment of the week.
Comment of the flipping week.
Comment of the week. This is one from the creme brulee video.
Okay, right, go for
Creme
it.
brulee last week, if you didn't see it.
Good
Here it is.
recipe.
Miffle
Right, Mythil?
or mifil.
Thanks for the comment, Mythil.
Yeah. This was very bad to watch. I now have the threat of making this so easily now that I know how to do the sugar without a blowtorch. I blame Sorted if I gain 100 pounds.
I'm so sorry. All we can do is apologise at this point.
Yeah, we don't try to make food as easy as possible.
No.
It just happens.
Yeah, we should have a disclaimer at the beginning of all videos.
Yeah.
Say this video might tempt you to make it,
Yeah,
so we are sorry.
sorry. Did the camera just move?
A little bit.
Okay, well, unless there's anything else, I think we should probably call it a day.
Indeed, we should. And we will see you next week here on Sorted Food. Goodbye.
It's a day.
You look hot.
Good. And now you're throwing mouse moulds at me.
You don't have to, but if you want to make a cheese board really...
I just thought about the mould thing because it's cheese, isn't it? Stupid goo.
You see that? I'm going to flop it on something else so it's rather than my finger. Easy, isn't it?
What are you waiting for?
Him to get the close-ups.
Oh, right, okay. You know what it could be, Barry?
What?
It could be... Bless you,
Bless you,
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, I'll start that bit again. Just thinking of the bloopers this is going to go into. Right.